going on, guys? Welcome to Simple MMA Talk. It's been a while, I know. For a second there, I thought I wasn't going to do a prediction video ever again, but I just finished watching Brian Ortega versus the Korean Zombie, and got me a bit excited about next week's UFC 254 card, so I'm going to give my predictions on 5 fights on that card. Let's do this. Alright, so before I do my predictions, I might just do a quick recap of what I just watched. I only watched the main card of the Ortega versus Zombie fight, and man, that Jimmy Crute knockout, I was absolutely off the hook. That guy has real talent, and I'm really looking forward to see where his career goes. Jessica Andrade, I would have picked her against Chukagian, however you say your name, but I thought it was going to be a really tough fight for her because Caitlin, really tall for that division, and Andrade is quite short, so I thought it was going to be a real tough challenge for her. I just think she's a better fighter overall, and she really proved it and put on an awesome performance and finished her in the first round. That's insane. My mood's a little bit down right now because I just watched the main event, and I'm a Brian Ortega fan, don't get me wrong, but I'm a bigger Korean Zombie fan, and especially what happened to those guys leading up to the fight. Ortega lost me a little bit with his behavior, and I thought it was really interesting that Ortega was the underdog for that fight. I thought that was really bizarre because someone asked me who I thought would win, and I said, I don't really know. Off the top of my head, I would have gone Ortega straight out the bat, just like hearing the two names. But if you guys have watched my prediction videos before, I don't always pick the guy I think is a better fighter. So I don't actually know who I would have picked in that one if I made a video, for example. Anyway, Ortega, great performance, made Jung look pretty ordinary, and it hurt my feelings. Anyway, the first fight I'm going to talk about is going to be Stefan, Stroup, and Tuvasa, heavyweight fight. This is going to be an easy pick for me. I'm going Tuvasa all the way. Should be interesting. I think anyone fighting Stroup is always going to be a challenge because most fighters, I'm assuming, haven't fought a guy like Stroup who is so tall. Stroup had his moment in the sun when he used to be the comeback kid, but still, why is he coming back? He's so much bigger than everyone. He should be one of the best, but he's just not. If Stroup's going to win, I would say he'd probably have to submit Tuvasa, but yeah, I'm going to go with Tuvasa, go with the Aussies, and pick him by knockout, first or second round. My next prediction is going to be a female fight, Cynthia Cavillo versus Lauren Murphy. I think that's going to be an interesting fight. Lauren Murphy's really well-rounded, while Cynthia is obviously a ground expert, but isn't afraid to bang. This is a tough one, I think, because if Cynthia can't get it to the ground, Lauren Murphy's pretty tough, and she's pretty well-rounded, you know. I would say if it goes to the ground, Cynthia's probably going to get the job done, but Lauren's going to be a tough challenge. I'll probably go with Cynthia on this one. I'll just say that she's going to get the takedown and maybe probably submit her or finish her on the ground. Next one, another heavyweight battle, Alexander Volkov versus Walt Harris. This is another interesting one. This is another fight that's exactly what I said before. I don't always pick the guy who I think is the best fighter. Alexander Volkov is actually quite good and well-rounded. He's got good kickboxing and things like that. Walt Harris, I mean, he's a wrestler, right? But he knocks everyone out. Pretty sure he's one of those guys. I'm going to go with Walt Harris. I think Volkov might be more well-rounded, maybe. But Walt Harris just surprises the crap out of me. He just knocks everyone out. Just because his body type seems like the type that's going to gas out, I guess, compared to Volkov. Like, if you just said to me who would win straight off the top of my head, like, and had to answer in 3 seconds, I'd probably go Volkov. But just thinking about it, Walt Harris is, I think, probably just better than I think he is, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of fighters I find that I think are good, but just when they matched up against well-rounded fighters, I never give them a chance, and then a lot of them prove me wrong. If you've watched my prediction videos before, you'll know that I get many a pick wrong. Yeah, I'm going to go with Walt Harris for a knockout. Again, Volkov's very tall, very lengthy, and I think that's a challenge for anyone who's not used to it. But I think Walt Harris can land on the chin, kind of like how Derek Lewis knocked out Volkov. Lewis was losing that entire fight and then scored the Hail Mary at the end. I think Walt Harris will probably catch him earlier. So yeah, Walt Harris by KO for me. The co-main event is an awesome fight. The Aussie Robert Whittaker, former champ, taking on Jared Cannonier. I'm curious to see who the favourite is in this fight because Whittaker, obviously former champ, it's just his first fight. Oh no, he fought Darren Till, I think. Perfect example. Whittaker is one of those guys. that he's very good. He's got really good striking, knockout power, really good takedown defense, but for some reason when you put him up against these really skilled guys, I just don't pick him ever, and he kept proving me wrong when he was champ especially. So again, I hope Whittaker proves me wrong, but I'm gonna go with Jared Cannonier on this one. That guy is an absolute beast. I think this was when he was at light heavyweight, when Cannonier fought that Ion Kutaliba, whatever his name is, that beast, who I think is on this card as well. He went beast mode in that fight, and he's just a scary dude. Whittaker is very good, but I just think Cannonier is just on a streak and on a run at the moment, and I reckon he's possibly going to catch Whittaker on the chin. So I hope I'm wrong, because again, I really like Whittaker, and I like the fact that he's Aussie, and I like the fact that he always proves me wrong when I pick against him. But yeah, I just think Cannonier is so tough right now. But Whittaker definitely, I think the Till fight proved to me how good he really is with his stand-up, because Till is very very technical. But yeah, I just think Cannonier is just at a point in his career where he's on a streak, and I think he's going to get a title shot. And man, I think he's a really big challenge for Adesanya as well. So yeah, I'm going to go with Cannonier, and I think he's going to catch Whittaker on the chin and knock him out. The main event, oh my goodness. The highlight, Justin Gaethje versus Khabib Nurmagomedov. This is another interesting fight. Obviously Khabib's undefeated and ragdolls everybody, and this is just another one of those things. I would kind of like in Gaethje's last fight against Ferguson, I did a video on that one, and I mentioned that on any other day I would pick Ferguson. I don't think Ferguson was a better fighter than Gaethje, but for that event I picked Gaethje because I thought, I just have this feeling that he's going to just shock the world, right? And he did. And he didn't just shock the, I mean, he really proved how good he was in that fight. Again, I just think at any other time before now, pre-COVID, I would be tipping Khabib. I think Khabib, at the moment though, he lost his father recently. It's the first time he's going to fight after his father passed away. That's a big deal, and there's just so much going on. Like, obviously people are already talking about him, if he wins this, potentially fighting GSP for this once-off fight to be his last fight. So just the fact that they're even talking about that makes me lean towards Gaichi. Alright, and here's my reasoning. I think the worst Khabib has ever looked was when he won the title against Iaquinta, right? There was a couple of rounds where he couldn't take Iaquinta down. He started to look bad. And Gaichi, I feel like, has that same skill level to defend quite a few takedowns. And man, I'm not a wrestler, and I've never really wrestled, but I mean, I've played wrestled and it's tiring, right? So I just think Gaichi's got that perfect formula to defend the takedowns, and he's going to hurt Khabib with leg kicks. And he could potentially finish Khabib. Like, this is crazy. Like, any other time, I would say Khabib's going to take him down, do what he does to everyone. I just think he's got so much stacked against him right now. I've come around to Justin Gaethje. I didn't used to be a big... I mean, I was a fan of his fights. I just didn't rate him that highly as a fighter, because when I used to watch Gaethje in World Series, he was in these really good fights, but I was like, he was fighting cans. I was like, who are these guys you're fighting? And you're getting tagged by all these no names, you know? He really proved how good he was, obviously, in the Ferguson fight. But yeah, Khabib's just got so much, I feel like, to prove in this one because of everything that's going on. No one knows what his mindset is like, and I just feel like Gaethje's going into this fight with nothing to lose. Don't get me wrong, I am rooting for Khabib in this one. I'm a fan of both these fighters now, but I'm definitely rooting for Khabib based on everything that's happened to him. I want to see this guy defend his belt and then go on to his dream retirement matchup versus GSP. I would love to for him. He deserves that. Khabib reminds me, Khabib's very similar to GSP. For me, Khabib's like the gangster version of GSP. He's very, very respectful, but the difference is he gets on his bad side like Connor, and he is gangster as fuck, right? I'm more scared of Khabib being angry at me than you know, GSP being in his dark place, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know who would win that matchup between Khabib and GSP, but it's not about that. Let's predict that maybe if we get there. But yeah, I'm rooting for Khabib to get the job done. I definitely think he can get the job done and just do, you know, what he does to everyone. But yeah, this time around with COVID, the sport's unpredictable as it is, but yeah, with COVID going on, I'm going with Gaichi to upset the world and become the undisputed lightweight champ. And that is my pick. And I guess that's all for this one. So yeah, let me know in the comments who you're picking. Let me know if I should keep doing this, because I know I've been slack. It's weird because there's like events every week now, and you know, 2-3 years ago this is like a dream to have MMA every week. Now I just feel like I don't find the time to watch it. So yeah, I apologize for those of you who do enjoy my MMA prediction videos. Thank you guys so much, and I really want to still produce some sort of MMA content for you guys. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button if you feel like it, but there's not much MMA content going on here. It's mostly comic books and nerd shit. So yeah, but yeah, if you enjoy this kind of video, don't hesitate to hit the thumbs up and leave a comment. Until next time, keep it simple.